Hi, so my name is Phoebe. I work at the British Institute of Human Rights, and I'm here with Andy. If you'd like to introduce yourself now, Andy.
I'm Andy, and I am part of British Institute for Learning Disabilities.
So the first question I'd like to ask you, Andy, is do you have any other comments about how the do not attempt cardiopulmonary resuscitation works now?
I think it works now, but there is a big important thing that obviously when the DCR is put in place, then it needs to be discussed with people that might need with learning disabilities that might not understand and process it. It needs to be put into an easy read form, and obviously it needs to be explained a couple of times so they take it in, and obviously with support with their family or friends or carers. I think that's quite important, and make sure the doctors are aware as well. I do think that they do need to be reviewed, because people can change during time and over months or years. So obviously the circumstances can change, and they might not need a DNR. But obviously it's all down to health conditions as well, which is a big impact on the DNR.
So the second question that I have to ask you is, what would the top 3 things you would suggest for a system around do not attempt cardiopulmonary resuscitation that would work for people with learning disabilities?
Make sure that there's notes, make sure that they have the notes at home, so that they're there, all wearing either a bracelet or necklace with the information on, so that if anything happens, it's visible, it's showable, and then people can see that. Also, the carers would know, or parents, depends where they are, or supported living, it's on their file as well. And that obviously needs to be up to date, and make sure if there's social workers involved or doctors, then that's important.
The second person that we're here with today is Sal. If you'd like to introduce yourself now, Sal.
Hi, I'm Sal. I used to be chair of Build for the Future, which is a advocacy advisory group for people with learning disabilities to get their voices heard on current issues that are happening in day-to-day lives. And I used to be on the board of trustees, and I'm also a member of Build for the Future, like Andy is as well. And I also do a lot of other work alongside Build as well.
Thanks, Sal. So the first question is, do you have any comments about how the do not attempt cardiopulmonary resuscitation system works now?
I think it's very important to have, if you don't want to be resuscitated, that you have something that says, please do not resuscitate. I had a look at the questions this morning, and I sort of went through them with support. And one of the things is you can have a tattoo either on your chest or your arm to say that you do not want to be resuscitated. And also, when paramedics arrive, they do ask, does the individual have a do not resuscitate CPR? And I think it's extremely important that it's put in easy read, because some people with a learning disability don't necessarily are not necessarily able to read what a lengthy piece of paper is, or they might be non-verbal. So if they're non-verbal, then it's very professional, personally myself, that you have somebody that can communicate for you. So it could be a parent, it could be a sister, friend, support worker, doctor, nurse, or whoever, as long as that person is involved with it, but not actually not asking the question, being given the answers because they're non-verbal, but they're still very much involved with the decisions that are going to be made for them if they want to have their lives saved. So yeah, I think it's very important because it's everybody's individual choice. And you know, if you don't know that that person doesn't want to be resuscitated, and you go ahead, you know, you could get yourself into a lot of trouble, because it could be that, you know, they might have like a pacemaker, and you know, if you're going to resuscitate them and it says do not resuscitate, it could be because they might have a pacemaker, and that could interfere with you actually trying to resuscitate them.
So the second question is, what are your top 3 things for a DNA CPR system that works for people with learning disabilities?
Like Andy said, having a bracelet or a necklace, or maybe you could have a card in your wallet or your purse just to say your name, your date of birth, where you live, and then do not resuscitate me, please let me go, or please resuscitate me and do CPR on me. And then maybe just at the bottom or at the back, it gives you a little bit of medical history on that individual person that you're dealing with. And the other one is as well, I think it's very important that if you are in a supported living home and you don't have parents that are alive, or they are unable to come to the meeting, that when you make the decision that the parents or the carers are involved, i.e. they get some information sent to them saying that your son or daughter has said that blah de blah de blah, and there you go. Because, you know, it's very difficult for some people, their parents might not be around, so they, if that was the case, then they could have an advocate, which is somebody who won't talk on their behalf, but will support them on their behalf, so encourage them to try and answer the questions as well as they can. But sometimes it can be, you know, an advocate, it can be a doctor, it can be anybody. As long as you've got that information, you're not only covering your back, but you're also covering the paramedics' back, so they know what to do. So yeah, I think it's very important, but it should be everybody's individual choice. You know, people with learning disabilities should still have the same rights as people without a learning disability. It might just be that it takes a little bit longer for them to be able to understand what you're actually talking about.